So it's not just Pornhub, right? Pornhub is owned by a parent company that all of this kind of I learned over the last 5 years, called MindGeek.
Okay.
Now, MindGeek has a monopoly on the global big porn industry. So we call it big porn because there's big porn, just like there's big tobacco, there's big pharma, there's big porn, and it's dominated by one company. But so with a $362 million loan from a hedge fund called Colbeck Capital and 125 secret investors who were outed as including JP Morgan Chase and Cornell University, they had basically rolled up the entire global porn industry under one company. So they owned, they were managing Playboy, Digital Playground, Wicked Pictures, Brazzers, Reality Kings, pay sites, subscription sites, and then the tube sites. So Pornhub, YouPorn, RedTube, Tube8, GayTube, XTube, I could go on and on.
Yeah.
They own the most popular tube sites. So
Vegan Tube, is that one? That's no time for jokes. And who owns MindGeek?
So MindGeek was owned by a secret majority shareholder. So nobody knew who the owner of MindGeek was when all of this began.
And were they in America?
No, we found out. So we found them, through the course of this. There was an investigation called Hunt for the Porn King.
So they're not an American company. So you start on the Hunt for the Porn King.
Right. So we discovered who was the secret majority shareholder of the company, and his name was Bernd Bergmayer, and he was in Austria, and he lived part-time in Hong Kong. And
Bernd Bergmayer? Let's bring a picture of him up.
Yeah, you can.
I just want people to know
there
who
he
he
is.
is.
Yeah.
Bernd Bergmayer.
Yeah.
And let's look at his Wikipedia. I just want to get a little. He grew up as a son of farmers in Ansfelden, attended grammar school in Linz, he studied at University of Linz, wherever that is. He worked at Goldman Sachs in New York. He became the owner of porn site RedTube in 2013. He sold to the site Manwin, now known as Alyo. He was a former majority owner of Pornhub and MindGeek. Okay.
Yep.
Just want to make sure we see
he was,
him.
he was the majority, and then Feroz Antoon and David DeCillo were the CEO and the COO, and they were the minority shareholders, and they had kind of hidden themselves from the public as well for a really long time.
Okay, and are these guys all from Austria? Are they all from a specific place?
So Canadian. So the company is an international corporation.